don't make these mistakes when hosting your first few events. Okay. So here is a background. I moved to a new country. I'm in Argentina, Buenos Aires, Argentina, and basically formed a new friendship group, new circle. I hosted my first ever events. So I hosted a couple of barbecues and a jazz concert with live musicians. And here are a few of the things I learned. Okay. So now I'll give you a bit of an background. So basically, I'd come here. I've done a lot of cold approach in the past, and I was looking for new ways to adapt and evolve and not be stuck in that whole cold approaching thing. Now, I still do a lot of it. I still love it, but basically, I was trying to make a circle where I can have my social life run on autopilot. I can attract people, bring people in, give more value back, and yeah, just attract like higher quality people. Okay. So with that in mind, I didn't really have like an exact concrete plan of what I was doing. I just had a bunch of people, like a bunch of guys, invited a bunch of girls, and kind of wanted to see what happened. Okay, so I did that on the first two barbecues. The third one was a jazz concert, which my friend, she hosted this. She was the singer, but I just did that for fun and for the experience. Okay, so here are the lessons. So in the beginning, expect to do all the work and expect things to take longer than you expect. Okay, so for the first barbecue, I was like, okay, this is going to be pretty simple. I'm going to buy I'm going to buy a bit of meat, a bit of vegetables. We're going to prepare it, and that's going to be that, right? But that challenge actually blew up. So, um, firstly, I didn't know which cuts of meat to buy, especially being in a foreign cut, like new country, new language. I'm not sure which are the cuts, and then I wasn't sure like which are the typical cuts, right? So I was trying to make a nice experience for being here, and I was overthinking it a little, but then I was like trying to find a place, and then like all the places around me were like super expensive. Anyway, I ended up going with a butcher. And then when I got there and I got the meat, I realized it was like all these massive slabs, right? And I was like, there's no way we can cook this. Like, we don't know how to cook this. It's like huge chunks of meat. I'll post. So anyway, I had to find this professional grillsman to do it. And then I was like messaging my cook, and then this guy, and then that guy. So yeah, it was a bit of a sort of stressful situation, right? Um, then what happened was, when we got to the event, when people started coming, I realized actually we got to move the chairs and tables outside. This wasn't suitable. I realized I didn't have enough plates, spoons, forks, glasses, because we were using the shared space. And there is his own equipment, but we had more guests than utensils. So yeah, I like during the barbecue, I was like running up and down like 10 times, getting things from my apartment, like not sort of planning ahead. So yeah, that was yeah, super stressful. Okay. Um, so in the next barbecue, what I did was I brought all the things upstairs. I brought all the chairs. I brought the table. I moved the table outside. I moved all the chairs outside. I basically I learned from that mistake, and I just had more equipment than necessary. Um, the other thing was, yeah, don't be conservative. Okay. So when it comes to like buying enough supplies, enough equipment, you want to have more rather than less. In the first barbecue, we ran out of meat. So I had like 6 kilos of meat. I had 14 guests. I figured that'd be enough, about a pound of meat per person. But yeah, it didn't turn out to be enough. So what happened? I was the one running around. No meat was left for me. I was basically had like this much, and I was hungry for the rest of the night. So yeah, that was a learning mistake. And for the next one, we had about 12 kilos between like 18 or 20 people. So yeah, there was more meat per person, right? And then yeah, we ended up with a bunch of leftovers, which was cool because then I got to eat for a couple days afterwards. Um, so okay, next one would be yeah, okay, in order, but charge extra. Okay, so because we were doing a barbecue, we split it between the guys. It was like 300 US or something between 7 people, whatever. It was like $50 per person, right? Now I ended up incurring a couple of extra costs in each barbecue and the jazz concert. Really minor things, but I'd lost a few plates. I lost like And the second one, my friend had brought a few glasses plates. I'd broken a glass. So yeah, some things I'd lost. I had these extra unexpected small expenses. I lost a pen, like little things. But when you think about it, you're actually taking a bit more of a risk. Um, yeah, and with the second one, there was like a huge cleanup. So I was like I had to clean my apartment the day afterwards because everything was just chucked back in my apartment late at night. So yeah, do charge. Ideally, you as the host shouldn't be paying anything, but I mean, let's say that you are, because I'm trying to leverage other people's money. But let's say that you want to be making a slight profit. Okay. All right. Next one, get people to film you. Right. So if you're making like a personal brand, I was running around a lot, doing lots of things. Everyone had taken photos of the event of themselves, but I didn't really have many photos of me or videos. So I mean, hosting these pretty epic barbecues, but where was I? So that was a learning mistake. So ask your friends to do that. Communication, yeah, communication is a big one. So in the first barbecue, I didn't really know what to expect. So it's kind of doing everything by myself. And then I realized how much cleanup, how much work it was. And the second barbecue, what I did was I printed a spare key for my friend. I told him, hey man, like during this, if I'm busy, if I can't get the guests, we have a second key. You can go down and unlock the door and get people. Because here you have to, um, yeah, you basically need to unlock the door and lock the door. You can't buzz people in here in my building and many places around here. So yeah, I got a spare key. I got two friends to come earlier and help with some moving and some chairs. I got them to help me make the salads. So yeah, things were a lot smoother. They also agreed to stick around at the end and do a bit of extra cleaning. So yeah, truly grateful for those two friends at that second barbecue. Uh, 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 um, yeah, random. Some people will be unhappy with the event, right? Like, or the planning or the execution or whatever. So in the second one, for example, uh, yeah, a few people they wanted to stay up later, and it was already 1 a.m. The music wasn't meant to be going past midnight. It was a Sunday night. Probably shouldn't have been going past 11. But anyway, it was around January, and in January, a lot of people are on vacation here, so yeah, people wanted to keep partying until 2, 3 a.m. or whatever, but I cut it off at 1. I was like, it's gonna take me a fucking hour to clean up. I've had a long ass day. Like, I don't want to be doing this. Um, yeah, we started at 9 p.m. Okay, so I've given people a pretty full experience, and some people are, yeah, just gonna be unhappy. Another example was one of the girls didn't like one of the guests I invited. She didn't like his line of work, his business. Is a little controversial, so yeah, she kind of left a little grumpy, and then she blocked me, right? But there's nothing I can do about that. So yeah, some people are just gonna be unhappy. Okay. Next thing I would say is check in and reflect. So after the event, I messaged all my friends saying, hey, what did you guys think? Hey, was everything to your liking? Would you do anything differently? After the barbecues themselves, I couldn't sleep. Like, first time I couldn't sleep for 2, 3 hours. The next time I couldn't sleep like until 8 a.m. in the morning. Um, but basically, what I did was just reflect on a lot of things. What could I do differently? What could be smoother? What could be improved? Um, you know, Even with the guests, like before I was checking in, like we had a bunch of vegetarians, so I wanted to make sure they were happy. I was messaging them, hey, do you have any other dietary restrictions or preferences or whatever? Just making sure everyone was taken care of as much as possible, like asking for song requests, da da da. And then yeah, with the reflection, I'd written down in a Google Doc what I would delegate. Okay, so I literally wrote out instructions that I would give to an assistant if and when I do hire one. Instructions for an assistant. Hey, this is what you need to buy. Hey, this is what you need to set up. Hey, this is what you need to do. Hey, this is what you should expect. Hey, this is how you can help me out, so that, when I do hire some talent to help me, there are like clear written instructions. Okay. Um, the simple tip, yeah, with getting someone to help you with letting the guests in and stuff, is that you can put in, add people to a WhatsApp group, and then add all the guests from the Instagram, from the Facebook, from Tinder, whatever, into one WhatsApp group, and put your friends in it. A couple of the friends were helping you co-host, to co-manage, and then once someone arrives, they can just drop a message in the group, and then who sees it can go let them in. Next one. Lead gen. Okay, so how I got people, how I attracted. So in the first event, I brought three girls. One was kind of my date. Two were just girls for the party. And the second one, I brought eight girls, and kind of one to two of the girls were my dates. Um, so yeah, how I did that was a few different lead sources, like in person. I'd been going to lots of language exchanges. I message people from Facebook groups, from Instagram, from Tinder. So yeah, I got a lot of like lead sources coming in. Now, are there probably higher ways, more strategic ways of doing this? Yeah, sure. This is my second event, so I think I did pretty good. We had like 22 people. I brought about nine. I brought about nine. My crew of like eight guys, and then one extra guy. He brought his wife. I brought eight girls, and then some of the guys, like three or four other girls, came. So yeah, this was pretty successful in terms of actually getting the people. Um, I don't have like a super established group of girlfriends here, but that's something I'm working on. But yeah, I've got an established group of friends, which is like eight people. I'll break down later how I actually formed that group. But yeah, different lead sources in person. When I was doing the in person thing, this was something I've been going out actually to work on my social skills a lot. It sounds kind of weird, but I was just practicing my social skills and also like doing a bit of pickup. Um, but yeah, like at the language events, I just like, and for the second one, I'd be showing people videos from the first one. Hey, look how cool this was. Look how epic this was. Hey, we did this, we did that. Um, so yeah, I got a few people interested like that. Obviously, I don't know if that's a bit try hard, but I mean, I'm just trying different ways. One was communicate the cleaning, what's expected. So the first time there were tons of things, and then I was basically like trying to manage people and tell them one thing at a time, and then it was super chaos. Like, people would be kind of helping out for a second, then socializing and stuff. So with the cleaning, ideally hire a cleaner. But yeah, for the second barbecue, I communicated much better. So it was like, hey, we need to put the chairs back in. Hey, we need to sweep. We need to sweep. Hey, we need to wipe down the table. Hey, we need to do the dishes. Hey, we need to empty the fridge and bring the things back downstairs. So just clearly communicating that and getting people to buy in. Um, Now this is something I really, really should have done, which I hadn't done either time, but telling people to make themselves at home. Okay, so you have no idea how frustrating it is being being a host, like doing all this setup, all this stuff, and then you finally want to chat with a couple guests, chat with the date that you brought along, have a little time to relax, eat. Where's the wine open there? Where are some glasses? Where are some wine glasses? Where's the fork, spoon, knife? Hey, do you have any sauce? Hey, where's the lighter? Hey, where's the people asking for 15 different things, and where's the bathroom? And it's absolutely fucking crazy. It's the amount of chaos is unspeakable. So what I would do next time is I would tell people to make themselves at home. Hey, if you need anything, just ask someone next to you, or try find it. If you can't find it, let me know. Okay, so that way I probably could have removed like 50, 60, 70, maybe 80% of the requests, if I just tell people to make themselves at home and just tell them, hey man, if you need something, just go get it. Okay. Obviously, yeah, I do want to be helpful. I do want to be hospitable, but when you're trying to have a little conversation and you're trying to eat something and people are interrupting you three, four times, it really wears on your patience and your sense of enjoyment as well. Okay. Um, Seed ideas. I think it's like, at one of these events, it's pretty cool to discuss potential future events and expand on ideas. So yeah, these were the first two things were barbecues. Now, one of my friends, she'd come to me and asked me to do a jazz concert because she's a live musician. She's a singer, and she said she'd done these in the past. I was kind of reluctant for a moment, but I was like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. And that was gonna be quite different. So yeah, I just did it for the experience. It was fun. So that was a jazz concert, and then I was thinking, hey, like why don't I throw sushi nights? I hadn't done this yet, but why don't I throw sushi nights, and then if I wanted to, I could just cut costs by making it ourselves or making it a game. I was thinking, hey, why don't I even do like a workshop, right? I've got like a bunch of boys who are in sales, personal development, e-commerce. Why don't we just hold a workshop and get a bunch of nomads or entrepreneurs or whatever, and just talk about topics that people are interested in. So I hadn't done this yet, but it's an idea and it's something in discussion. Workshops, yeah, yeah, yeah. Da da da. Okay, I'd say get people to follow your lead is one other thing. So yeah, like in the second barbecue, I was telling my friends like I'd planned everything out, right? Like I knew exactly how much food was needed, how much this. We were making the salad. My friend was like, "Yeah, we don't need more salad." Um, and the jazz concert, my friend, she kind of like didn't trust me with a few things, so yeah, trying to get people to follow your lead, and I guess that's more of an influence thing. Um, but yeah, like you know, you're doing something, you're hosting this event, you know what needs to be done, you planned this out, you thought this out, or you've seen it, and then people aren't really following your lead. It's a little, yeah, it requires communication, which I would say in explaining the purpose behind things. Um, yeah, like I with the salary thing, I could have explained like, hey, this is why we're near this much based on last time, but yeah, just get people to follow your lead. um, seed ideas, take risks. Take risks. So I'd say a few like the whole thing of jazz concert was kind of out of my comfort zone. I invited this guest. He's this kind of like online influencer, Patrick Red. I invited him to my party. You know, I was expecting him to like. I was hoping he'd come, which is why I invited him. But you know, it's kind of like just inviting people who guests who you think might be like. Because I guess I was thinking like, oh, he's this cool dude. You know, he's above me, but I was just like, oh, whatever. I'm offering value. Like, you know, I'm sure he'll appreciate it. So yeah, he came to my party, which was pretty cool. Yeah, I think I've covered pretty much everything. Okay. Um, yeah, one thing I would sort of part with is that you always got to invite more girls than you anticipate. I probably messaged like 30, 40 girls to come. 11 agreed to come on that second one, and then 8 actually came. Okay, I had to uninvite one, unfortunately. So then, yeah, 8 out of 10 sort of came. But yeah, like some people are gonna say they're gonna come, and then they can't come. Like, this actually happened to me when I went to Patrick's party. Um, five girls said they'd come, and then 2 came. So yeah, like definitely, um, invite more than you think you need, because if you have a few too many, it's usually no big deal, okay? Um, yeah, peace.